has no consequence under grace. And that's why people say to fear the Most High just means to respect him, right? To reverence him, right? We live in grace now. The Most High is going to forgive you for it. John 3:16. As if those are the only scriptures in the Bible. The thing Yahawashi hates. Now tune in, please. You have to really pay attention, get your notebook, right? Because we have to know what Yahawashi hates. So the scripture, Revelation chapter 2 and verse 6 and Revelation 2 and 15, right? The key concept, why does God of love, right, as Christians call him, explicitly says he hates a specific doctrine? Because, you know, Christians, they believe that Yahawashi is God, so we're just going to use their terms, what they use, right? So the lecture points. We are here to dismantle a 2,000-year-old lie. Most religious people think God accepts all forms of worship. They are wrong. Yahawashi is speaking to the churches in Asia Minor, Turkey. He commends Ephesus for hating the Nicolaitians, but condemns Pergamos for tolerating them. So he commends Ephesus for hating these doctrines, but he condemns the church of Pergamos, right? Because they tolerated this doctrine. You don't want to do something and practice something that Yahawashi hates. The premises: if Yahawashi hates this doctrine, we must identify it to ensure we aren't practicing it. The thesis: the doctrine of the Nicolaitans is the theological ancestor of modern mainstream Christianity, right? It is the doctrine of antinomialism, lawless and compromise, right? Let's get into this thing. So the etymology, decoding the Greek, part 1. So the word Nicolaitans, right? That's found in this definition is from the Thayers. Root 1, Nikal, to conquer, overcome, prevail, get the victory. A lot of people, you know, that's watching this stream got on some Nikes, right? Nike, it comes from this word Nikakal, right? Which means to conquer, overcome, prevail, get the victory. This is where they got that word from. Root 2, Laos, the people, the crowd, the laity. So it means conquering the people. The literal meaning: the conquerors of the people are destruction of the people. I'll repeat that again. The conquerors of the people are destruction of the people. Comparison: compared to the Hebrew name Balam. Bela means to devour / destroy, plus Am means people. Balam and Nicholas have the exact same meaning in two different languages: destroyers and conquerors of the people, right? Significance: this isn't just a random name. It describes the function of the heresy. It conquers the people by separating them from the laws of their power. So this is why we're conquered, because we're separated from the Most High, who is the foundation. We separate ourselves from the Most High by following after people, right? So don't believe what I say, but you have to believe what you read out of these scriptures right here. Let's move on. The two prongs of conquest. Concept: how are the people conquered? Ask yourself that. Prong 1, hierarchical conquest, the ecclesiastical. The creation of the clergy, class, pastors, popes, bishops that rule over the laity. They rule over the people. This steals the priesthood from the nation of Israel. Exodus 19 and 6. Let's look at that real quick, right? Exodus 19 and 6. And it reads, "And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel." So we're supposed to be a holy nation unto the Most High. But the pastors, popes, and bishops steal that away from us by saying the law is done away with. Antinomialism. They try to steal away the Most High's glory. This steals the priesthood from the nation of Israel. Christianity teaches you need a man to interpret the Bible for you. Prong 2, spiritual conquests are heretical. Overcoming the conscience of the believer. Conquering the fear of the Most High by teaching that sin has no consequence under grace. And that's why people say to fear the Most High just means to respect him, right? To reverence him, right? We live in grace now. The Most High is going to forgive you for it. John 3:16. As if those are the only scriptures in the Bible. Part 2, the theological crime, Balam and the law. So this is where the doctrine of Nicolaitians goes way back to. It goes way back to the book of Numbers. So the definition, the doctrine of Balam. Scripture, Revelation 2:14 and Numbers 25, 1 through 9, Numbers 31 and 16. So let's start off first with Revelation chapter 2 and verse 14, first and foremost. So the book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 14. And it reads, "But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam." This is where it goes back to a Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. So we see this in the last book of the Bible that is talking about what you call the Old Testament. It goes way back to the so-called Old Testament, which Christians say is done away with, which pastors say is done away with. If it's done away with, why is it being referenced right here in the book of Revelation? Let's get the doctrine of Balaam. Let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 25. And let's start at verse 1. And it says, "And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab." Does this sound familiar in the Christian church? Whoredoms being committed, fornications being committed, idolatry being committed. It says, "And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat." Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, are these not the sacrifices of their gods, pagan gods? "And the people did eat and bowed down to their gods." Verse 3, "And Israel joined himself unto an abominable thing," right? A gilum, a worthless thing, a shame, an idol, right? It says, "And the anger of the Most High was kindled against Israel." Verse 4, "And the Most High said unto Moses, Take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Most High against the sun, and the fierce anger of the Most High may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, Slay ye every one his men that were joined unto a worthless thing." Right? Verse 6, "And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitess woman in the sight of Moses." Let's see what happened, right? He did this in the sight of Moses and in the sight of the congregation of the children of Israel. Just a little bit of context. This Midianitess woman, right? They were dealing with idols. They were dealing with the abominable things. They were dealing with the pagans, gods. It says, "Of the children of Israel who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand," right? "And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel." So they called this jungle fever a plague of Israel, is what it was called. "And those that died in the plague were 24,000. So 24,000 people were infected with jungle fever, right? Dealing with these other nations right here, right? Dealing with these other nations, right? We covered that Exodus 23 and 13 at the beginning of the slides. We covered that. It was in the beginning of the slides. Numbers chapter 31 and verse 16. Numbers chapter 31 and verse 16. Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Most High in the matter of Peor, and there was a plague among the congregation of the Most High. So we see this right here. This is the foundation of the doctrine of the Nicolaitians right here. The plague being what? Jungle fever, the interracial marriages, abominable foods. These are things that we have to distance ourselves away from, that we must step far, far away from, right? Because remember, this is a doctrine that Yahawashi hates. That's important right there. We don't want to be on the wrong side of Yahawashi. We don't want to be on the wrong side of the Most High, who is the foundation, right?